Winner is Lynn Cooper, honorable mention for Perception. It's not quite a list poem, but it states many things that people experience and how she goes from one point to the other, but remaining consistent. It's odd. I really like this poem. Thank you.
Perception. I'm not your calendar pinup, clad in a scanty outfit, reminiscent of World War II's cigarette girl. Not your Marilyn Monroe, clenching her too short skirt to keep it from being blown over her waist. Or a Las Vegas showgirl in slingback stilettos, tossing long blonde locks, eager for your fingers. And you are not my Bob Hope, my Woody Allen, my Billy Crystal, making me weep with laughter, nor that trick mirror that sees me 10 pounds thinner than I really am, or the photographer who erases my wrinkles, sagging skin in unmentionable places, who makes me believe that somehow I am all that you seem to want me to be. Thank you.
The next honorable mention goes to Mimi Paris for 1977. Once again, it expresses things simply, to the point, and I really enjoyed the story it told. Mimi?
1977. The gray, more difficult to hide now. The wrinkles more deeply pronounced. The bulging weight, harder to lose. The steep steps, more challenging to climb. But inside, memory reflects the first day of kindergarten, graduation from a dingy junior high, satin ribbons and sugars on the Sweet 16 corsage, that first tall blonde auto-worshipping boyfriend, dashing in his smooth, soft brown leather jacket, who after 25 years turned into the suited, bearded, bifocaled insurance agent husband and father of the bright, red-headed feminist aspiring attorney and the handsome, hyper, eagerly maturing 17-year-old who talked only in car. The exciting language the father spoke fluently to his once adoring, doe-eyed teenage girlfriend, too soon to become his wife. Ending her dreams of being a writer, artist, world traveler. So much left to be done, so much still to accomplish, yet years tick away, frustration at times, too much to bear. Give me another chance, the youthful mind in the aging body silently pleads, but to no avail.
This next poem I am very happy and proud with award to give its second prize, and it goes to perhaps one of the best writers of extraordinarily short poems, and that's Charles Scheitler for Orange Pekoe.
I'm Charles Scheitler, and the title is Orange Pekoe. In an orange top, the madam drinks tea at a cafe table on the lawn. Her orange cat sits on the sidewalk, looking the other way.
And finally, first prize goes to my favorite non-poet, someone who we've, over the years, dragged kicking and screaming from obscurity to where he is now. First prize goes to Bob Ullman for Doodlebugs.
Okay, this is free verse in white Southern patrician accent. Doodlebugs. My earliest memory is of doodlebugs I never saw. They make circular depressions in dry, sandy soil. To catch them, you spit on a straw and put it down the hole in the center of their inverted cone, and then you wait a while. When you pull the straw out, the tiny insects will be clinging to it. So I was told, so I believed, but I never caught a doodlebug. My homemade sanctuary was on our front porch. Beside a huge wicker chair hidden from the street, I would kneel and bow my head and pray for salvation. Jesus would hear me and answer me, and I would be saved. If he did not answer, I would burn forever in the lake of fire. They said this every Sunday in church, and then they sang, he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. I persisted in these chairs for a long time, perhaps years. The answer I needed, that I so devoutly craved, never came. But this I do remember and will always remember. Listening so intently for an answer to my prayer, I heard for the first time the silence of the cosmos, stretching endlessly away from my wicker chair on the porch, across the lawns and the fields and the woods, and filled, if you listened closely and long, with the buzz of insects, the calls of distant birds, the rustle of leaves in the wind. Sometimes there would be the dusty ozone smell that rises from the first heavy drops of a summer rain striking dry grass. Years later, decades later, sitting for hours in meditation, I never again heard the rumbling thunder of that huge silence. The silence was no answer at all for a 4 or 5 year old. So I gave up talking to Jesus and dipping for doodlebugs, but I still believed the doodlebugs were down there somewhere.
The winner is Blake Vallon for To Hannah. And I could see the child and feel her joy and actually experience the magic with both the child and the adult. It's an amazing poem. Thank you.
You changed it.
Blake Vallon, this is a two-stanza ode to Hannah. My Hannah, nestled in her snuggly pouch, rides on the front of her loving Grammy. One step out the door stills the little grouch. Her feet kick madly in footed jammy. As bees buzz round the colorful flowers and crispy spring air nips at their noses, the two wander under shady birch trees, whiling away slow hours, taking in the hydrangea and roses, feeling the caress of a cool spring breeze. As the brook sings in a soft monotone, the baby sighs in the midst of the peace. But suddenly we find we aren't alone, with the honking and flapping of 6 geese, raising a ruckus high into the sky. Hannah, kicking her feet in sheer delight, starts the squirrel scolding, dropping his nuts, fleeing to a branch on high. It's a magic spell cast with all its might, walking my Hannah, no ifs, ands, or buts. Thank you.